Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm Shekhar Gupta, inside a Lutyens residence. And my guest, how do I introduce him? I can read the CV of Mr. KPS Gill, besides other things. IG Law and Order in Assam, DG CRP, DG Punjab Police, man who then went and controlled the riots in Gujarat in 2002, the man who was once drafted but not quite drafted to train Chhattisgarh Police to fight Naxalites. Or in short, I can say one line, India's crisis man for 35 years now. Gill Saab, welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm so happy you found the time.
Thank you very much.
And I don't have to say how young you are. You are among the most youthful of us all. Even though you joined the IPS in 1957, the year I was born, and I'm not particularly a young person.
No, you're very young. Very young.
So, sir, how do you look at the state of the nation? I mean, the latest provocation which has sort of made me force you to give me this time is this disaster that we just had in Sukma, the CRP Jawans. You led the CRP, you were DG CRP. You also went as advisor to Chhattisgarh government at one point, and you felt strongly about these issues all your life.
This, of course, was bad planning, bad deployment, and I think then some fault also lies. Those boys are dead, but carelessness, and it is preventable.
Right.
If they replan the deployment. It is, I think, this road, which is under construction for 11 years.
Right.
I had suggested that.
Yes, 11 years, sir. You remember we had recorded a Walk the Talk at Chhattisgarh Armed Police Headquarters in Raipur when you were there as advisor.
So, nothing seems to have moved.
So, this road you had suggested then that should be built?
At that time. And the strange thing is that when I held a meeting, there were some young officers, and I got the impression that money is available. When we later on discussed the same thing in Chhattisgarh, they said no money is available. I couldn't follow as to what was happening.
You mean money disappeared in the middle?
I mean, probably the intention disappeared.
Intention was not to spend it there. So, sir, Chhattisgarh insurgency is unusual because for many years the state has suffered more losses than Maoists. It has never happened in India's history. Is this fight winnable in Bastar?
Oh yes. You see, what has happened is that the area now under state control has increased.
Right.
That cannot be denied. But that the state is not able to project properly. But the core area and the Maoists are fighting back for survival. But the core area, you need more concentration of forces. You need officers who have experience in such situations. You'll find them in Indian police all over the place. Constant them there.
They should be brought there.
They should be brought there.
As in Punjab, you brought officers from everywhere.
Yes.
You were brought from Assam.
I was brought from
Assam cadre. You may be a Punjabi, but you were from Assam cadre.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, even Sarabjit was Maharashtra cadre.
Yeah. The fight is winnable, and it should not take what? If the nation, the former Prime Minister had said it's a national problem. So if it's a national problem, then let the nation attend to it.
Who will fight this? Will CRP fight this? Will Chhattisgarh Police fight it?
They'll have to work out a mechanism where it's sort of joint command. Because one thing which is very important for officers is who's writing your annual confidential report.
ACR.
So if it's only one, then they don't look to the other. I'll tell you what happened in Punjab. I'll go to a battalion and find that everyone's absent. And what's happening? Oh, the DIG's inspection has come. Where is her? So he's at such and such place and they are there having lunch, and everyone will be lunching and this and that. So I talked to the DG here. I said, no one is to be allowed to come to Punjab without my permission. I said, only when I say he should come, and no lunches, no dinner.
This is for CRP?
With CRP. Because I was jointly in the CRPF and Punjab
Police.
So they have worked out these systems, why don't they use them?
So it's a regret that you were not sent to Kashmir after you had finished the job in Punjab.
Yes, it's a regret.
So how will you finish the job in Chhattisgarh now? And is it possible to finish the job there in 1, 2, 3 years?
Maximum 3 years.
3 years. And what is needed to do that?
You see, that road,
Right.
which is very vital,
Right.
should be constructed, and the coordination of forces. They've always asked me, how did you achieve this coordination? We never left a unit, let's say for Corps headquarters, we would put an additional DG there, so that he's constantly coordinating with the Corps commander,
With the army?
with the army.
I see.
And then he is coordinating with the Punjab Police. So there was always,
So they should build this road and secure it, first of all.
yes. Then whichever forces are, they must have total and complete coordination. Then the question of intelligence. Intelligence is mostly through interrogation.
Right.
I've seen some of the IB officers interrogating. They were magnificent, old officers. At various places I've seen them. I don't know whether those...
What methods did they use for interrogation?
They never used third degree.
Never.
Never. No third degree. But they would be prepared with the background, with everything about the man, and persistently question.
So
Although one person, this is in Shillong, so the armory was raided and the people were caught after some time, and they were being interrogated by this sort of a team. So it was Monday and I was in full uniform. I just come from the parade. I went to the police station and that young Khazi boy, he asked that man, if I don't tell you, then he'll interrogate.
You mean if I don't tell you, will Mr. Gill interrogate me?
Yeah.
Right.
He said, yes, okay, then I'll tell you.
Did you ever use third degree or beat anybody?
No,
The one thing I can say is we never saw you carry a weapon.
I've never carried a weapon.
So you think that they should bring back some of these skilled interrogators?
Yeah.
Even if they are in retirement, they should be brought back from retirement.
That is very difficult. They'll have to create a new...
New cadre of them. Sir,
Because you see the dangers which are in the job. Prevents the retirees to...
Sir, you were invited at one point to help Chhattisgarh Police fight Maoism. That was 11 years ago. Have we lost these 11 years in Chhattisgarh?
You see, some things they could not understand. For instance, I was telling them that you search for those type of persons in the constabulary and in the junior ranks who can react quickly to situations. So instead of doing that, they had a written test.
In Chhattisgarh Police?
Now we know all about written tests.
Written tests, yes.
And then they selected so and so and so and so. That's the worst way to destroy the morale of
So within the police they held a written test
within the police.
to see their aptitude.
No. I don't know what was the written test about.
If they were not going to listen to you, why did they take you there?
I have no idea, because after I went, after some months, the chief secretary said, you needn't come. You just enjoy yourselves for 1 year. I said, okay. But I went around Chhattisgarh I have travelled all over the state at night, almost through every area. Not one constable seen on the roads anywhere.
Not one constable seen on the roads and in the villages.
Anywhere.
So, sir, do you think that the government invited you first? I believe you were in retirement in your home, in beautiful home that you built in Vrindavan, which, as you tell us, is a long story. That somebody from Chhattisgarh government came all the way to Vrindavan to invite you to come and help them fight Maoism. And once you reached there, they lost interest.
You see, when the Sri Lankan government called me,
Right,
they were much more interested.
right.
I can't say how many of my suggestions they carried out. But before I left, I told them that look, your airport, which has so many layers of security, is very insecure
I see. In Colombo,
in Colombo.
I see.
So they didn't let me do it because Air Force was doing it. So it became a matter of
Interdepartmental egos.
egos. And few days later,
Airport was blown up.
blown up planes, because they didn't visualize what was required to be done. So here also, as Chhattisgarh, small example, I went to the Chief Minister. I told him that guard the Selva-Judum camps, put a DIG in charge of security.
All Salva Judum camps, the DIG should be in charge of security.
Let him do nothing else
But Salva Judum camp security.
and he'll also see that there's no running amok, there's no injustice.
Right. There are no excesses and all.
So the DG said not required. I wasn't there. DG said not required, the local police will do it. Next day or day after, there was an attack on the Silver Judum camp. 60, 70 people killed. Next day, the DIG was posted.
Do you think Salva Judum was a bad idea or a good idea?
Very good idea.
Very good idea.
Very good.
Why do you say
Should
so?
have been implemented properly. There should have been no excesses. I mean, how do people protect themselves when the state is unwilling to do it for them? We had a human rights conference in Chandigarh. Justice Iyer was there.
Right. Krishna Iyer.
Krishna Iyer. We took him around the weapons we had seized. We showed him the photographs of people who had been killed, of policemen who had been
Who'd been killed in Punjab.
He was to spend 15 days, 15 minutes, 1.5 hours he was going around. And I remember he came that if the state is not clever enough,
The state?
is not clever enough
Right.
to protect itself, this is what happens.
Who is more responsible for the continuing problem in Chhattisgarh? Is it some foreign hand? Is it activists? Is it misgovernance? Or is it just inability of the state government and chief minister to fight?
It's very difficult to say so-and-so is responsible. Because when you are fighting this problem, then everyone should be involved in some way or the other. It cannot be left as a police problem and a mere security problem. It is 101 things. The certain areas are absolutely quiet. There's nothing happening, nothing has ever happened there. Certain areas, especially this little area now remaining,
Core area.
core area. And containing the core area requires an effort of the whole government in a way which it has not been done. So who runs the government?
Chief minister runs the government. You had some sense of the chief minister's ability, although it was 11 years ago. Do you think he has it in his guts to be able to handle this as, say, Bein Singh was in Punjab?
You see, Bein Singh never interfered with me.
Right.
Never.
Never.
I don't think the chief minister has a man who you can say that he will act on my behalf and do everything. I don't think at the moment he has a man like that.